As I've told several people, I really did well in the job interviews because I didn't want the job. I applied to the position as a favor to Arita because she said she wanted a nice pool of applicants for the position. So I prepared for my job interview by not listening to the radio on the drive from Bakersfield. And I guess when you're not nervous, or I guess when I'm not nervous, I do better on job interviews. So anyway, I became the mental health director here after several panic attacks. And I have to say that it has been a wonderful experience. I think you have seen the kind of partnerships that we have been able to develop here in Los Angeles County with board offices, with the CEO. Mr. Fujioka here has been a strong supporter of what we attempted to do in the Department of Mental Health and our partnerships there. My fellow department heads have been supportive through these years, but I'll come back to some more of this later. And then there's my management team. So here I have the chief deputies table. I have all of my chief deputies here tonight. So my first chief deputy was Dave Meyer. Then Susan Kerr was my next chief deputy. Sheila Shima was my next chief deputy, and then Robin Kay is the acting director of the Department of Health, my former company. So I've had 4 chief deputies, but 1 medical director. So Dr. Rod Shaner, who is the only one on the LA County management team who was there when I got there. I replaced everybody else. No. So Rod has been a really huge gift to us through the years. So I want to now move from ancient languages and the gifts that have made me feel like I am full of grace tonight and talk about a few songs. So the first song that I wanted to talk about, I wrote down the verses that I wanted to quote from these songs on a piece of paper. But since I don't usually use notes when I give talks, I lost a piece of paper in which I wrote down the verses of the songs that I was going to approach. But the first song I wanted to quote was, ironically, Lean on Me. And the verse I was trying to quote was the one that says, I'm trying to bring up the right one, was, I'm singing the whole song in my head together. But it's the part that says, lean on me when you're not strong. You just might have a problem. I just might have a problem. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. And that's been my experience here in Los Angeles County. I often had problems that I needed to lean on others to accomplish what we needed to. And I learned that we all have problems that other people might understand. And I learned that primarily from my work with our clients and the partnerships with the client coalitions through the years. So I leaned on the client coalitions. Ruth Holman, I see here from SHARE, is just a representative of the many client coalitions that we relied on. I also relied on and leaned on the faith community. The faith community partnerships that we've developed through the years have been one of the things that I've been able to rely on to get the energy to try to do the things that we are hoping to accomplish, and I have leaned on you. I've leaned on also the expertise of our community agencies. In Los Angeles, we don't have a fight between the directly operated programs and our community agencies. We have a partnership, and the partnership has been built on working together and leaning on one another in difficult times. And we've all had lots of problems in which we needed to lean on one another to accomplish our goals. The next song I wanted to quote, and I think I'll do a better job on this one, has to do with my wife. And so I was thinking, well, there's a lot of songs I could use. One of the songs that I've used in the past has been Happy Together, and I could use My Girl, I could use a whole bunch of songs came to mind. But the one I ended up choosing was a song by the Beatles called In My Life. And the last verse of In My Life goes, how does it go? No. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that have gone before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. But in my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. So Carolyn, you have been my rock through all of these years, and I do love you. The next song that I was going to use is by the Temptations. And, well, actually, the Temptations did it as a cover, and it's called Smiling Faces. But I forgot what I was going to say about that song. So I'll move on. So the next song was the one in which probably Adam will roll his eyes when he hears this. And I also have to say that in my current life and gifts, Adam and Casey and Curran are the great joys of my life. I think some of you saw me running around chasing Curran, but they are really joys to my life, and I thank you for being in my life in the ways that you have been. But the song is the one I use with Adam and Patrick frequently, and so much so that after a while I didn't even have to say the words. It was, what would the Rolling Stones say?
You can't always get what you want.
You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you just might find you can get what you need. That was for us in the mental health community. And so my final song is this one. It's by the Clancy Brothers, and the verse goes like this. Since it's fallen unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night, and joy be with you all.
I think it is appropriate that we end this evening with one more song, because it represents Marv's work, it represents his philosophy, and it represents his being. It is sung by Hilda Aharanian, who is a supervising psychologist with the Juvenile Justice Mental Health Program in the Department of Mental Health. She's also a songwriter, and it is called A Song of Hope. It's a song that was sung to Marv 14 years ago. And as I understand it, remains one of your touchstones and anthems. We wish everybody a great evening. We thank you all for sharing in this celebration. We urge you to keep up the fight for better mental health services in Los Angeles and in California, to follow Marv's example. And may you all, especially Marv, as the Bible says, go from strength to strength. Let's end the evening here with Hilda Aharonian, please.